The mining ship was a scar upon the void, a hulking brute of patched metal and grime, orbiting a nameless, dusty world. Its captain stood on the command deck, a man whose ambition had long ago curdled into a cold and avaricious hunger. He looked down through the observation pane at the reason for his delay. A sarcophagus, carved from a stone so black it seemed to drink the light, floated in the repair bay. It had been found adrift, a curious tomb in the silent deep, and his crew had hauled it aboard, hoping for salvage. "It's a waste of my time," the captain muttered. His first officer, a cautious man with weary eyes, stood beside him. "The alloys are unknown. The craftsmanship is perfect. There could be value. It's a coffin. Drill it open. See if the occupant has any jewelry." They did. Inside, laid upon a bed of faded, intricate cloth, was a figure. It was humanoid, tall and impossibly slender, clad in a bodysuit of gray material that was dust-free and whole. The face was serene, features sharp and elegant, the skin pale as lunar rock. Long hair the color of iron filings fanned around the head. It was clearly dead, a preserved relic of some forgotten race. The captain descended to the bay, his boots ringing on the grate. He circled the open sarcophagus, his lip curled in a sneer. "Look at this." A withered corpse on a velvet pillow. All this effort for a sack of bones and dust. He prodded the figure's arm with a tool. It was firm, resilient, not brittle. "Careful, sir," the first officer warned. "Careful of what?" "The dead are dead. This thing has been sleeping here for millennia. It is nothing." He leaned closer, peering into the peaceful, closed eyes. "A warrior, perhaps? They often bury their warriors with their toys." He gestured to the empty hands. "But this one has no weapons. No great treasure. Just a corpse taking up space in my bay." He laughed, a dry, hollow sound. "A mighty warrior, asleep forever. Tell me, sleeper, do you dream of battles? Of glory? It is dust now. All of it." He reached out and tapped the figure's forehead with a metallic clink. "Your war is over. Your people are gone. You are a fossil, a curiosity for miners to find." The crew shifted nervously. There was a pressure in the bay, a feeling older than the ship's rust. "Prepare it for processing," the captain ordered. "Strip the suit. Melt down the coffin for scrap. Maybe the stone has some mineral content." As he turned to leave, a low hum began to emanate from the sarcophagus. A faint blue light traced lines beneath the figure's skin, like rivers of ice flowing under a frozen plain. The crew stumbled back. The captain whirled, his disdain now mixed with alarm. Some kind of preservative field failing. "It's nothing. Subdue it." The figure's chest rose. A single deep inhalation, the first in 10,000 years. The blue light focused at the temples, then faded. The eyelids did not flutter. They simply opened. The eyes were a solid, glowing white. The captain froze, his mockery dying in his throat. The thing sat up, movements fluid and unervingly precise. It turned its head, those blank white orbs scanning the bay, the terrified crew, the grimy walls of the ship. It saw everything and nothing. "It's awake! Stun it!" The captain barked. A crewman fired a kinetic stunner. The blast struck the figure's chest and dissipated in a shimmer of heat haze. The figure stood, unfolding to its full height, a full head taller than the tallest miner. It looked down at its own hands, flexing the long fingers as if remembering their use. The captain, desperate to reassert control, stepped forward, his hand on his sidearm. "You are on my vessel. You will comply. You are a relic. A dead thing that does not know it is dead." The being's head tilted. A voice spoke, not from its mouth, but a vibration that formed words directly in their minds. The tone was calm, ancient, and carried the weight of cold stars. Query. Identity. Purpose. I am the captain of this ship. Our purpose is salvage. You are salvage. The white eyes fixed on him. Salvage. The reclamation of value from that which is lost. It paused. Your designation is inaccurate. You are a thief. This vessel is a tomb robber. The captain drew his weapon, a heavy particle pistol. I am your master now, corpse. Stand down or be dismantled. For the first time, the being's expression changed. The serene line of its mouth did not move, but a feeling of profound, weary disappointment radiated from it. Master, a concept of dominance, of possession. It took a step forward. The crew fell back. The captain fired. A searing bolt of energy lanced across the bay. The being did not dodge. It raised a hand, and the particle beam split, harmlessly dissipating against the walls. Before the captain could fire again, the being was moving dot. It was not blinding speed, but impossible economy. It flowed across the deck. The captain stumbled back, raising his weapon arm. The being's hand closed around his wrist. The grip was not crushing, but absolute, like a geological force had settled upon him. The pistol clattered to the deck. The captain gasped, his bravado shattered into pure terror. He looked up into those featureless white eyes. What are you? I am the last sentinel of the vigil. The long watch is broken. The sleep is over. The mental voice was quiet, final. You mocked the sleeping warrior as a withered corpse. The being's other hand came up, not in a fist, but with slow, deliberate purpose. It moved to the captain's throat. The captain recoiled, but he was held fast, a specimen pinned. The hand did not strike. It simply closed, the cool fingers resting lightly against his pulse. The captain could not breathe. Not from pressure, but from a sudden, overwhelming void that opened within him. He saw not darkness, but light. A terrible, beautiful light. He saw galaxies swirl and die. He saw civilizations of sublime artistry rise from dust and return to it. He saw the vigil, a silent, patient watch kept over the ashes of a universe that had once known peace. He saw the great enemy they had fought, not a race, but a principle, a wave of absolute, devouring negation. He saw the last, desperate gambit, the sentinels placed in tombs of stone, set to sleep until a time they were needed, or until the end of all things. And he saw, with crystalline, shameful clarity, his own life, the petty cruelties, the stolen riches, the small, mean soul that saw only value and waste. He was not a conqueror. He was not even a successful thief. He was a gnat buzzing in the silent cathedral of time, and he had dared to spit upon the altar. The contact broke. The being released him. The captain collapsed to his knees, sobbing, voided of all malice, all greed, filled only with the echoing magnitude of what he had desecrated. The being looked at the cowering crew. Its gaze fell upon the first officer, who had shown the barest glimmer of caution, of respect. This vessel is unworthy. But your species is not on the records of the devoured. You are young. The first officer found his voice. What happens now? The sentinel looked toward the observation port at the indifferent stars. The sleep is broken. The long watch has failed. I must see what remains. I must know if the war is truly over, or if I have awakened into its final hour. It walked toward the bay's airlock. No one moved to stop it. At the door, it turned its white eyes once more upon the weeping captain. You sought value in the tomb. You have found it. The value of perspective. It is the only treasure I leave you. The inner door sealed. Through the viewport, they saw the outer door cycle. The figure launched itself into the void, without a suit, without a ship. For a moment, It hung against the starfield, a stark silhouette. Then a blue-white energy kindled around it, and it shot away, becoming a streak, then a pinpoint, then nothing. On the mining ship, there was only silence. The captain remained on his knees, trembling. The black sarcophagus sat empty, a shell of profound and unknowable history. The crew went about their duties with hushed voices, their minds forever marked. They had come for scrap. They had found a sleeping warrior. And they had learned, in a grip as gentle and as final as gravity itself, that some slumbers are not meant to be disturbed, and some pasts are not dead, but waiting. The universe was older, and far stranger, and far more terrible in its beauty than they had ever dared to imagine. And somewhere in the deep night, a set of white eyes was now open, looking for signs of an old enemy, or perhaps a reason to sleep again.